Your video is done. It's time to share it. The rules for posting on social media are constantly changing, so here is an updated, hands-on tutorial on how to share your video for the highest impact possible. By following these guidelines, some of our clients have quadrupled their reach. I'll start with some tips on how to prepare your video so it's ready to make a splash, or if you created your video with us, this is a quick explainer on the files that we prepared for you. Then I'll walk you through all the settings and tricks for posting to YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Finally, I have a special section for those using Meta or Facebook to create ads. This section includes some hard-earned guidelines that I've learned through trial and error and that you won't find anywhere else. Trust me, I've looked. So let's dive in. First, I'm going to show you how to prepare your video for posting. Now, if you worked with us to create your video, this section also explains a little bit about the files that landed in your inbox. The samples that I'm using are from one of our actual real-life clients, Glen Mary Home Missioners, an amazing organization. Look them up when you get a chance. This video is their vocational recruitment video. And you can see that we have 3 different files here. We've got one that says horizontal, one that says vertical, and this little one that's a weird SRT file, and like, what on earth is that? So the weird little file I'm going to explain in the YouTube section of this tutorial. But these 2 files right here are the exact same video formatted differently. The major difference between these 2 videos, well, let's see if you can guess. It's a little obvious here. Here's the first video, or the first format, and here's the second format. Look at that. They are different shapes. One is, you guessed it, horizontal, or landscape, or side to side, whichever way you prefer to call it. This one is vertical or portrait or up and down, whichever way, however you want to call it. Why did we do this? Why do we have the exact same video as 2 different files? Well, because different platforms have different rules and different uses. So we created 2 files of the exact same video to make the highest impact and capitalize on the algorithm on all platforms across the board. The horizontal one is formatted for your kind of traditional YouTube, Vimeo, or website posting locations. The up and down one is more for that social media. Why? Well, a traditional YouTube video, a traditional Vimeo video, or your website is typically watched on a computer. So a video that is horizontal will take up the most real estate on that space of your computer screen. Now, by contrast, videos on social media like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even YouTube Shorts, that's usually watched on your phone. So we format the exact same video up and down in order to take up the most real estate on the phone. So if you have the ability to edit, I would highly recommend that you create 2 different kinds of videos, 2 different formats rather, of the same video, horizontal and vertical, to capitalize and get the most impact online. All right, so let's get ready to upload them. First, we're gonna grab something that's called a thumbnail image. Utilizing this well is essential because it is the first thing, it is your first chance to grab your audience's attention. Now, do you see here, I'm going to show you on YouTube what that I'm talking about. Do you see how before I even click on a video, YouTube is showing me a little preview right here? This is called a thumbnail image. It's the size of a thumbnail. This is the opportunity you have to get your audience to click on it. This must be compelling or else they won't click. We are not going to rely on YouTube and social media to create this for us. We are going to intentionally create this thumbnail image. So what I'm going to look for is a compelling still image that tells the story of my video. In this case, Glen Mary Vocations. We also want to make sure the subject is nice and clear on screen, like that it makes sense, like that wouldn't exactly make sense, and maybe, you know, he's a little small in that image. Let's see what kind of image we can find here that tells the story of what it is to be a priest with Glen Mary. Still a little bit small. Boom, there we go. Have a nice image of the elevation of the host, very priestly, very clear. You can tell in one image what our story is about. This is what I'm looking for. So in order to grab the thumbnail image, I'm going to, on a Mac, I'm going to use the shortcode Command-Shift+4. If you're on a PC, the shortcut is Windows-Shift-S. Hold those 3 buttons together. On a Windows, it'll pop up a little tiny menu. You'll be able to specify some details. But on a Mac, you're going to do, again, Command-Shift-4, and you're going to click and drag to grab a screenshot of your image. It saved this picture to my desktop, so I'm gonna go retrieve it there. And often, because Mac is annoying, we sometimes have to do another step here because Mac might create a file that's actually larger than what YouTube allows you to upload for a thumbnail image. So on a Mac, we have to open this up. Standard is fine. We're going to have to do File, Export, and then we're going to export it as a JPEG image. That will create a file size that is actually acceptable for YouTube to use. Thumbnail. Cool. And then, to save a little time, I'm going to go do the same thing here on my vertical video and grab that screenshot. Again, Command-Shift-4 on a Mac. On a Windows, it's Windows-Shift+S. Hold all those 3 buttons together. Great. Now, if you're a little bit savvy, if you have a little bit of photo editing ability, this is a great time to actually go in and kind of edit this image a little bit. So let me show you what we like to do. Do you see again here on YouTube how we like to overlay the text, the title of our video over top our thumbnail image, because we found that people read that and are engaged by that even before they read the text that's down here. So again, if you have some photo editing ability, this is a great time to go ahead and do that. Maybe throw some text over top, or another way, kind of dress up your thumbnail image. Not absolutely essential if you don't have that photo editing ability, but if you do, take a little bit of time and it will be worth it for the amount that it will increase your impact. Now, for those who are planning to post your video as an ad on Facebook or Instagram using Meta Ads Manager, I have some specific guidelines that apply only to you. So jump to the last section of this video to go ahead and watch those guidelines before you create your thumbnail image. All right, so let's post our video to YouTube. So on YouTube, we're gonna click the little create button up here, and we're gonna click upload video. Now you have the option to drag and drop your video, or you can simply select the files. I'm going to select the horizontal video of my Glen Mary Vocations video because we are uploading it traditionally to YouTube. Now, here, listen up. You have 2 chances to grab someone's attention. One is with that all-important thumbnail image. The second is with the title of your video. Take time to write something that is engaging, that will capture people's attention and entice them to click on your video. Don't just leave this at default. No one knows what Glen Mary Vocations horizontal means. So in this case, I might write something like, bringing in the sacraments to rural America. Great, that sounds awesome. That sounds like something that a young man who's considering being a priest with Glen Mary might want to click on. All right, this section, the description, not only tells your viewers what the video is about, but it also tells search engines like Google what your video is about so that they can feed your content to people who are looking for it. So take some time, include keywords, write your organizational name, write your location, definitely write what the video content is about. I'm not going to take a lot of time to write this. I'm going to keep it pretty short, but you can go ahead and write this. You have 5,000 characters that you could use in order to fill this description. Go ahead and fill it full of keywords. All right, now here's where we're going to upload that all-important thumbnail image that we have already created. Here is our thumbnail in horizontal version. We're going to click open. Great. Now we have our priest elevating the Eucharist is going to be the first thing that people see when they look at our video. Now, here is playlists. This is a great opportunity if you have a lot of similar content or something that's like a series or a bunch of videos on the same topic. This is the opportunity for you to tell your audience, hey, once you're done watching this video, here's another video on that same topic or in that same series. You can create a playlist for that. Our next option here is going to be a legal thing asking if you created the video for kids. More than likely rather, you did not. Now, here are 2 great options to really make your video shine. The first is subtitles, okay? This is the written text of what was said in your video. This is important not just for accessibility, like someone who can't hear, they can still watch your video and know what's in it, but it's also important for 2 out of the 3 people who will be watching your video with the sound turned off. They're at work, or they're in bed, or they're in line at the grocery store. They can't turn the sound on, but you still want them to be able to get the content of your video, and you still want them to be able to understand. So we're going to add subtitles. If you didn't work with us, you can have YouTube create these automatically. Just please, please, please check them. Don't rely on YouTube to get it right. It's going to be embarrassing. They're going to get something wrong, I promise. If you did work with us, here is where we're going to use that wild, weird, wonderful little file that was the .srt file here, okay? So we're going to click upload file. The SRT file is with timing, and we're going to click it. This is literally the text of everything said in your video along with technical information for YouTube to read, and boom, all the words of everything that was said in Glenn Mary's video is their perfect text already checked by us for you, going to appear in text that people can watch with their sound turned off. Done. All right. Now we're done with this particular section. This section here is an end screen. This is a physical call to action that your audience can click on at the end of your video. It'll pop up as the video wraps up and people actually click on the video to watch another one of your videos or subscribe to your channel or to watch the playlist. This is your chance to keep their attention. So I highly recommend you do something like this. You can add it here and customize it to your needs. We usually use the subscribe button as well as another suggested video that they can watch. Have it show up within the last few seconds here of your video, right? See down in the timeline, it shows you what it's gonna cover up when it pops up. See, there's it's gonna show up. All right, that looks great. So just as we get to this new scene, it's gonna pop up there and our audience can click there. We're gonna click save. Great, we did these two options. This last option is if you would want to promote something that's related in the middle of your video. You can absolutely use that option. However, most of our clients don't because they don't wanna interrupt the flow of the video itself. Okay, this is where YouTube is doing a check to make sure you didn't steal music or put anything copyrighted in your video. Again, if you worked with us, we secured all those rights for you. But occasionally this auto checker does get it wrong. So if YouTube says you have copyrighted music in your video, contact us right away. We'll walk you through how to dispute that. But in this case, we passed that check. YouTube recognized, yep, you have rights to this content. Here are the options for uploading your video. If you only want yourself or a few other people to see it, you can choose private. That means you give clearance via email and the recipient has to have a Google account in order to watch your video. Or unlisted means that it goes on YouTube and creates a link, but you have to send people the link directly in order for them to be able to watch it. They won't find it just by searching the internet. The last option, most common, public, means it goes on YouTube, everyone can see it, everyone can find it. You can also schedule it to go public at a specific day or time if you want to go live later on, like not right at this instant. All right, and there you go. You've uploaded your video to YouTube in a way that it's going to have the highest impact possible and going to further your mission in the best way possible. Next, I'm going to show you the best way to post your video to Facebook and/or Instagram. Now, time out for a few definitions here. All videos on Instagram are now considered Reels. So your video will post and upload as a Reel, but it will still show up on your profile grid like a post and be pushed to followers and non-followers alike. On Facebook, however, Reels and posts are still separate. See, there's got a separate section for Reels and a whole separate section for videos here. Reels must be under 90 seconds, tend to be punchier, tend to be pushed out more to new audiences. Facebook video posts, on the other hand, can be any length. They generally have a higher reach and engagement rate. So if you have a short, punchy video intended to reach new people, upload it as a Reel. If not, just make a video post and you'll still get higher engagement rates and reach both people who are new and your current followers alike. So let's make this happen. I'm going to go to my Facebook page, homepage. I could just click the upload photo video button right here. I could also do the same thing on the Facebook app or the Instagram app on your phone. The steps would be very similar to what I'm about to show you, but I've found the Meta Business Suite to be most efficient and effective. So go to business.facebook.com. If you've chosen to make your video a Facebook post, not a Reel on Facebook, or if you only want to upload to Instagram, click on Create Post. If you want to upload your video as a Facebook Reel, mouse over and click Reel. The process will be very near identical to what I'm about to show you, but in the end your video will end up in the Reel section on Facebook. I'm going to click Create Post. Whether you click Create Post or Create Reel, assuming you've linked your accounts, you can post to Facebook and Instagram at the same time. It will always end up as an Instagram reel because all videos are Instagram reels. Do this, you'll save a ton of time because you won't have to go through the same process twice. The only reason you would want to post to Facebook and then Instagram individually is if you need some uncommon distribution options, which I'll show you later on in this video. If this is you, come down here and uncheck one of these boxes, post individually to Facebook and then post individually to Instagram. Come back and repeating the same steps. All right, let's be efficient. We're gonna post to both at once. I'm gonna click Add Photo and Video, navigate to the vertical version of my video because that's going to take up the most real estate on these platforms. Beautiful. They've already started playing to show me a preview here. Now we're going to, since we're posting simultaneously, we're going to tick this box on. Did you see that just gave me access to a title on Facebook? So now we can add a title where when we didn't customize it, we couldn't add a title for Facebook. Now we can add a Facebook title. Wonderful. This can be the same thing you put on YouTube. So it was bringing the, to rural America. Wonderful. And now for description, take time to write something that's relevant and interesting. I'm just gonna go something quick here and make sure you tag anyone who was involved in the video. So tag us, do the @ at Hundredfold Video, and we will share the video and increase your impact. Or here, I'm going to, instead of writing out Glen Mary Home Missioners, I'm going to tag Glen Mary Home Missioners. Wonderful. And then we're going to add 3 to 5 hashtags so that you show up in those topics like Catholic, or vocations, or priest life. Wonderful. Not priest life. There we go. So we show up in those topics. Now the same thing, we can literally copy and paste and customize as much as we want for Instagram, but again, make sure we come in here and retag their Instagram account. Let's see where Glen Mary is. Wonderful. Retag their Instagram account so that it notifies them. Now, down here is our wonderful thumbnail image. Again, we're not going to rely on Facebook to generate this for us. We're going to put the one that we already decided was relevant and engaging. So we're going to click upload thumbnail, vertical thumbnail that we created earlier. Wonderful. Now, click next. Here is a dialog where you could add music to your video. It's great if you did a DIY project. If you worked with us, we did that for you already. So I'm going to click next and just skip that entirely. Again, we passed the copyright check, but if Facebook gets it wrong and you worked with us, contact us and we will help you dispute their copyright check. Next, at the very top here is your opportunity to either post the video right now at this instant or schedule it for a later time if there's a time when you know your followers are going to be online or you don't want it to go right up today at this very instant. You can go ahead and schedule it by clicking that option here. Here is, again, the opportunity to add your video to a playlist. Just like YouTube, it's a great way to link related content together so that your audience can finish one video and go straight to watching another related video. It's also great for video series, things of that nature. Keeps your audience watching your content. Now here we are at captions. That's the spoken word written in text on screen. Again, 2 out of 3 people will be watching your video without sound. So we want to make sure that to have some sort of captions so that they can read along. If you're doing this video yourself, keep this box checked, but definitely go into the settings and review what Meta thinks was said in your video so that you can correct any mistakes. Don't leave it up to the bot. It will be embarrassing. But if you worked with us, we already did all this work for you. The captions are actually embedded in your social media video. Let me show you here. Here's our video. I'm going to turn this off. So it's not generating captions for us. Here's our video. Look.
Did you know that there are about 180 count?
Right there. Everything that our narrator is saying is already written on the screen, already embedded in your video. Big and clear, correct, so you capture your audience's attention right away. So keep that box unchecked if you worked with us. And now here are those Facebook distribution options that I mentioned you lose access to if you simultaneously post to Facebook and Instagram. You can't limit access to the video, so it will be in the news feed, it'll be on Facebook Watch. Anyone can watch it, anyone can embed it. You also can't automatically post to another page that you manage, and you're not able to turn this post into a Facebook fundraiser. Most people don't need these options, so it just makes sense for them to do the more efficient route of posting to Facebook and Instagram simultaneously. But if you need these options, you know they're here. Simply just go back to the beginning, turn off Instagram, and post your video on Facebook alone, changing your, choosing the distribution options that you need, and then go back and do the same process over and just post simply only to Instagram. Wonderful. Last of all, you're going to click share or schedule, and congratulations, your video is ready to be posted on Facebook and or Instagram to impact the most people possible and encourage them to engage with your mission. Now I have some tips for those who want to make their video into an ad on Facebook or Instagram using Meta Ads Manager. This platform is kind of quirky, so this information has been hard fought through trial and error by my team. Now that we are going to correct both the video file and the video thumbnail image so that it works on the many different placements that Meta pushes your ad out to. If you worked with us for your video, we already formatted it for you. It's already correct, it's already gonna look great. You only need to worry about the thumbnail image. So let's jump in. We are at the Meta Business Suite again. If you already have campaigns and ad sets, you can click over here on All Tools to get to your Ads Manager, which will allow you to put your ad within an existing campaign. However, if you're new to this, you can just click over here to Ads and click up here on Create Ad, and we're going to boost either an Instagram post or a Facebook post. I'm going to use one of my own how-to videos to show you the problem that we encountered and solved here. Do you see here in the ad preview how my head kind of gets cut off here at the top? That's a problem. This is true both of the thumbnail image and of the video itself. So I'm going to click on All Previews here to show you as well, because All Previews shows you the different placements that Meta is going to push your video out to. And depending on the placement, the bottom is also going to get either cut off or covered by text or by buttons. This is a problem if there is essential information at the top or the bottom. So we are going to format both the video file and the thumbnail image so there's not essential information at the very top or the very bottom. Now, Meta does claim that their AI will correct this crop for you. Up to date, I have not seen that successfully happen on any of the videos I've tried, so it's best to learn how to do it manually, just in case. We want to make sure there's nothing essential at the top or the bottom of the image. Let's go back to Glenn Mary's video example here. Do you see how when we created their video, look, the top and the bottom is clear. Now we did put their logo up here at the top, and as we scroll through the video, you see that the captions appear at the bottom so that it doesn't look empty and weird. But again, no one's going to care if this logo or if the text is cut off or covered. That's great, that's okay. This margin for an HD video that you need to leave at the top or the bottom, that's about 300 pixels, or roughly 15% of your frame from the top and the bottom of the screen. For an HD video, that translates to about 600 pixels at the top and the bottom of the screen. We like to just take a horizontal video and shrink it down. It's about 55% if you start at a 4K video. We just like to take our horizontal video, shrink it down, fill in the back with some sort of nice background and some sort of graphics. Same thing, we need the same margin on our thumbnail images. So we now format the thumbnails for my own explainer videos to leave that 15% at the top and the bottom. Again, if your image is 1920 pixels high, that's standard video, that margin equates to about 300 pixels. Again, for a larger image, it's going to equate to larger, but for 1920 standard image, it's going to be about 300 pixels. So no one's going to care if the title at the top here or if my stomach is cut off. Again, this is a quirk that only applies to ads, but we found that since we've corrected and implemented this clear space at the top and bottom, that our impact is so much greater because no essential information is being cut off. And there you have it. You've uploaded your video to YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram in a way that will make for the highest impact. Make sure to keep an eye on it, watch those key performance numbers, and tweak your settings as necessary. And let your video take your mission to the next level. Thank you for watching. It's been an honor to serve you and your ministry. For more mission-driven marketing tips like this one, subscribe to our newsletter at hundredfoldvideo.com and let us help you multiply your ministry.